Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me today for the class and the Pilates session. Today we are going to be focusing on some side work, lateral flexion, side lying, and obliques. So kind of get that into your mind and have a little bit of a think about that as we get going and see if you can think about using those muscles and finding them as we work throughout the class. If you have it available, please grab a foam roller. If you don't worry, you'll still be able to do everything. So we're gonna start with your left leg bent and your right leg extended out in front and lengthened out. And just extend your arms out in front. Take a really nice big breath in and let it out. Continue on, just feel yourself breathing in, allow your shoulders to drop down, not elevate up. And find that connection right here from your ribs. And then the next time you exhale, rotate around, fold yourself forward, and twist open towards your bent knee. Now you're hopefully experiencing a really lovely stretch right now in here in your QL muscle, and that is coming partly because we are integrating lateral flexion. So peel yourself up, unravel, come back to the center. We're gonna go through again. Inhale to prepare, exhale, rotate, flex forward, and then laterally flex. And stretching your QL there requires those three combinations of spinal movement. Releasing from there, unravel. Bring yourself back so that your right leg is back beside your left. And then come down onto your left forearm and fold over to your left side, pressing your right arm down long. Coming back, right hand comes down, left opens up. Releasing from there again, left forearm comes down, right folds across. So this, of course, again, is lateral flexion, really focusing on folding your spine to the side. And I'm just doing this to get us started, to really encourage some connection to your body, that fluidity of movement, that feeling of being freely moving in your body. And of course, these lovely stretches that we get all the way down our side. Bringing yourself back, flip your legs over to the other side. And we're starting with the extended leg QL stretch. So straighten your leg out on the left, reach your arms forward, exhale as you rotate to the side, flex your spine, and then laterally flex towards your bent knee. Finding it this time here on your right. And then unravel, peeling up, back through the center. Breathing in, exhale, spinal rotation, flexion, lateral flexion. Just encouraging that space through your spine. Encouraging that connection to your breath and your body. Unravel, bring your left leg into your right foot. Sitting yourself up tall, coming down onto your right forearm. Pressing across. And then releasing from there, other direction. Again, folding over to the right. Exhale as you fold across and imagine you're trying to create a line from the tips of your fingers all the way down to your top glute here. Releasing from there, one more time here. And then you can stay in your mermaid position, or you can bring yourself to a comfortable seated position otherwise. And take your hands to your ribs. Breathe in and breathe out. Now that we have started to warm up your body and your spine and integrate some movement, just allow your breath to really start to be the carrier of all of this movement for the rest of the time in the session. Feel your ribs expand. You can take your hands here to the sides and then press your ribs back in together as you exhale. Trying to make a little bit more space each time and allow a little bit of a deeper connection to your center. Inhale, exhale. Now you're going to take this down to the mat. So I'm just going to put the roller down there. You don't need it quite yet. Bring your feet down and then carefully roll yourself down till you're flat on your back. Take your hands back here to your ribs and continue to feel the inhale and the exhale. Really allowing your breath now to connect again to your body in a different orientation, and notice how your ribs feel underneath of you on the mat. So trying to get the full expansion, creating the space, and then exhaling, release. And now starting to have your deep core connected. So as you exhale, feel how your ribs draw in together. Belly button comes in, pelvic floor lifts. Inhale, expand, exhale, bringing everything in. Continuing on and trying to allow this connection to your center and your breath to really ground you into your body. And to be what you are able to use as your anchor for the rest of the session. So every movement we do comes from your center and starts with your breath. We're going to start with some oblique movement. So take your hands behind to support your neck. Feet stay planted on your exhale. Lifting up, rotating to one side. Coming back down, rotating to the other side. So find this work happening here in your obliques, right on the side. And see if you can imagine that you are peeling your ribs off behind you and sending your armpit towards your thigh. So it is not a case of just jamming your elbow over and lifting yourself up as high as you can. It is this conscious crossover action of your body with your pelvis remaining stable. Now stay as you are, or if you want to take it to the next level, as you come up, you take your arm and cross it over, getting a little bit extra work there, pressing through, coming back down, other side. So it's like you're trying to cross your arm over your body and someone is pulling it here on the side. And that actually follows in line with the anatomy chains and the anatomy trains, if you're familiar with that concept. Because the obliques actually go across the body. We have internal and external obliques that go across, and those are the muscles that we're trying to work right now. They allow you to do any crossover activity in your day-to-day life, including rotation, and they're really important for helping you narrow at your waist and activate from your deep core. Exhale to lift up. 2 more on either side. That's 1. Last 2. Very good. Now stay where you are, or we're going to add the legs. So activating from your core, exhale, lift one leg up, other leg up into tabletop. And then continuing on with your rotation, adding a leg extension. So rotating towards the bent knee. Noticing still how your ribs come together. Belly button deepens. Pelvic floor lifts. And again, it's like you're peeling your ribs off and rotating your armpit over towards your bent knee. Exhale as you rotate around. Inhale as you come back to the center. Strong work here for 5, 4, 3, 2, And last one. Very good. Rolling down. Just tuck your knees in, gently having a pause. And then we're gonna come up to do some side lying work. So bring yourself over onto your side. We're gonna start on your right side. Bring yourself right up on with your head into your hand. And just take a second here to lengthen yourself out. So when we talk about doing side lying work, we wanna think about your pelvis still being completely neutral. A little bit of space underneath here from yourself narrowing at your ribs. So not just kind of dropping in here, but narrow at your waist and have that space underneath. And then keeping all of that in control and engaged as we integrate the movement. So bend a little bit here through your bottom leg, and then sweep your top leg forward, press it back. This is one of my favorite side lying moves for helping to integrate core with glute and hamstring. So again, check in with your pelvis, and you're gonna need to get a little bit of oblique work here happening and deep core work to keep all of that neutral as you bring your leg forward and press it back. When you press it back, find the squeeze happening right where your hamstring and glute meet, really making those muscles fire up. And of course, that also happens from your pelvic floor. Doesn't matter how far forward your leg comes, just finding that strong core connection. 3 more. 2. Last one. Now bringing your toes into touch, extending your leg back out. Toes into touch, pressing out long. So now starting to integrate a little bit of external rotation from your side. Keep doing that scan of your body, checking in with your pelvis, checking in with the narrowing of your waist, finding the work and executing it to the full range. So not kind of half straightening your leg out, but really making it go all the way. Last 3, 2, last 1. Now toes stay together, knees touch, toes touch. So this is internal and external rotation of your femur in your hip socket. So really think about that this part of your leg is rotating around and coming back. Not that you are dumping your hips forward and pressing them back. So again, that's that neutral pelvis coming from your core. Connect to your breath, ribs together. Draw your belly in, lift your pelvic floor. 3, 2, last 1. Now leave your toes together and then flip so that your heels are pressing in, opening and closing. So coming through your clam here, make any adjustments that you need to for your legs if they're not bent up enough or in the right position, so that you can again maintain that neutral pelvis, finding that strong core connection. While this is a glute exercise, it is coming from your center. Really find that connection. Keep going back to it. Just like we set up at the very beginning. Last 3, 2, last 1. Very good. Give that glute a little bit of a pound out. And then you're going to come up onto your elbow. And again, lengthen out your whole body here. I'm going to scoot forward a little bit. Take your top leg and you can cross it over in the front, or you can stay lengthened out. And then from there, you're just going to bring yourself up here into your side plank. Small drop down of your hips, lift them back up. Now you can stay here on your forearm, or if you wish, you can come up onto your palm. A little bit stronger here, dropping down, pressing back up. And you can have your top leg in front. It's a little bit of work for your balance. And if you wish, add your top arm coming over, coming down. So I'm going to come back down now to my forearms, showing you a little bit more of that version. Folding under, pressing up, trying to get that waist narrowing. Press up, lengthen. There's some lateral flexion, and release. Last two. Last one. Very good. Now bring yourself all the way down. Bring your legs up and leave them so that your feet are pointing to the left. And then take your roller. And we're gonna do a little bit more lateral flexion here through a different version of your mermaid. So the roller is gonna come underneath your right hand. Sitting up tall to start, exhale, fold over to the side, to the right side, and then use your core to peel yourself back up. So again, lateral flexion, folding on the underside, but really get that connection to your serratus and your lats and your shoulder behind you to help you peel back up, and not simply just dropping your weight in and then hauling your body back up. So really see if you can get a deeper connection, again, from your center. And when I talk about the lats and serratus, they connect in at the ribs, which, as we know, draws in from using your center. So it really all links back to those deep core muscles. Now, if this version does not work for you, then go back to the version that we started with at the beginning with your forearm just down on the floor. Shoulder here is dropped. Exhale to return up. Pressing yourself out long. Really feel that length and space. Narrow at your waist to return up. Last two. Last one. Very good. Now you can place the roller to the side. Switch your legs around and bring yourself all the way down onto your left side. Head into your hand again here. Just like before, take the time to really sort your body out and get yourself organized before we start. There's never any rush. Take your time in organizing your body. So your ribs are together, hips are stacked, neutral pelvis, core is engaged. Bottom leg comes up slightly, and then top leg presses forward, presses back. And get hands on here with your body. So use your fingers to check that your ribs are coming together, to check that your belly button is deepening, to check that your pelvis is staying in place. This is a really easy one to let yourself posterior tilt and have your butt here kind of curving underneath, but we want it actually to be stacked up. Sometimes it's helpful to try in your own body to kind of make it happen the wrong way. So as I just did there, when I posterior tilt and do it like this, and then when you see the change and the lengthening out, it's more accessible to you to be able to see and feel when you're doing it the correct way. Press your leg long, go all the way. Last three. 2. Last one. Now leave it out there then. Toes together, knees together. Toes together, knees together. Going through that internal and external rotation from a neutral pelvis. So you should really be feeling some work here happening in your obliques, in your deep abdominal muscles. Not really much happening in the rectus abdominis. Those are the muscles that allow you to do a sit-up or a chest lift, and they allow you to curl up. We're not doing any curling up, we're staying lengthened out. So those muscles aren't the ones that should be working and blasting out into your pants. Keep going. You're doing an awesome job. Last 3. 2. Last one. Now toes come together, pressing out long. Toes back together, pressing out long. So when you come and bring your toes back in, feel that external rotation, and then you lengthen your leg out and it goes back to parallel. Again, feel that squeezing right where your hamstring and glute meet, like you're twisting around and rotating them together. Narrowing at your waist, keep checking in for 3, 2, last one. Now leave your toes together, then swap down to your heels, press them in, open and close. So a little bit of clam work here, and I really want you to feel like you're pressing your heels together. So not just that they're sitting on top of each other, but feel that pressing in. It's going to allow you to work all the way up your hamstrings into your glute, and it's going to give you way more work for your posterior chain. Exhale to open. Really feel that connection from your pelvic floor lifting. Last 3, 2, last 1. Good, bring it down, have that little pound out, and then come on up onto your forearm. Lengthening out. Options are to stay down, bring your foot in front, or we're going to come up. If you want to come up with me into your side plank. So pressing up, pressing, lowering. So oblique work happening here. Feel that folding under here and then folding in here. Take your arm if you wish, add that lovely lengthening out. This of course is lateral flexion as well, really good for your spine. Exhale as you press over. Last 3, 2, last 1. Good, coming down on your side, coming all the way up. So now your feet and legs are over to the right, and your roller is going to be on the left. Sit yourself up tall to start. Lengthening down, feel that connection from your center as you exhale and fold over, and then use your core to peel yourself back up. Add your top arm if you wish, pressing across, and then returning. And as you do this, get hands on and get curious about what your shoulder is doing. You can reach underneath and find your lat. That's right up in here. See if it is turning on, connecting. Sometimes that's a little bit more of a conscious thing for you to think about, so that you don't just drop down into the weight into your arm. Find the length and the lovely space that you're creating through your spine, working with your breath. 2 more. Last 1. Excellent job. Okay, put your roller to the side, and then bring yourself around. Lie down, or bring your feet down to the end of your mat. Reach your arms out in front, and then carefully roll yourself down onto your back. Once you're down there, take a second and settle yourself in. You're gonna have your left leg bent with your foot on the floor, and your right leg extended out straight. Both hands come behind to support your neck. On your exhale, you're going to lift up through the right and twist towards the right leg, and then bring yourself back down. So oblique work like we did before, but now we are obviously changing it up a little bit, adding the lengthened leg. Still focusing in on your armpit going towards your thigh. The rotation as you peel your ribs off behind you. Pelvis stays in place. Now you can do this like we did before with your knee bent, foot on the floor, and just do the lift. So we're taking it up to the next level by adding the leg work. Exhale, coming up. Inhale on the way down. Again, get curious and involved in your body. Feel this work happening right here on the sides, like you're folding in. 3 more. 2. The last one. Now come down, but leave your leg up. Hand comes behind. Take your other leg up. Hold on to your hamstrings and feel that your hamstrings are really heavy into your hands, pressing in. And then you're going around your spine underneath of you as you lift yourself up. Draw your belly in. Feel this depth from your abdominals and your spine pressing in underneath. Then both legs lengthen out and bend. Exhale to lengthen. Abdominals deepen, pelvic floor lifts. Hamstrings work. This is a really great prep or lead up to doing exercises that require you to have a straight leg. Helps you get that connection from your pelvic floor and really get the muscles activated and awake. Exhale, deepening. 3, 2, last one. Now we're going to go through some scissors. Stay up, lower, alternate. Again, connect to your breath. Find the deepening, pulling in, hamstrings work. Connect to your breath. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Now hold the left up, right bends, bring yourself down flat. Left leg comes down flat on the floor. Take your hands back behind to support your neck. On your exhale, lifting up, rotating towards your left straight leg as you lift it up. So back to activation through your obliques here. So that work that we just did a second ago was really focused on your rectus abdominis. And now I want you to try to find the difference in your muscles and the movement and feel it more on your sides now as you fold up. Really feel that exhaling, drawing your belly in. Stay with me for the last 3, 2, last one. Yes, excellent job. Hug your knees in. Just gently rocking from side to side. Letting a little bit of a release happen here. And then roll yourself back over again onto your right side. Take your head into your hands again. I'm going to scoot a little bit forward here. So what's going to happen is you're going to have your bottom leg bent forward a little bit. Take your top leg and start it out straight and lengthened out. And then bend it at 90 degrees. So your thigh is going to stay in the same spot. And then from there, I want you to imagine that you're trying to fold up into here as you lift your leg up and lower down. So we're trying to get a little bit of oblique work happening here. Now, if you're not feeling it very much as you fold up, try bringing yourself up to your forearm. And that might work for you better. And I really, on your exhale, or as you lift, exhale, and really feel that you're folding up here into your side. Like you're trying to squeeze something in right at the top. Your leg stays bent at 90 degrees, same position. And just exhaling to come up. 3, 2, last one. Now hold it at parallel. straighten, bend. So knee flexion and extension. Notice again my thigh stays in the same spot. Now when you press it open, go all the way. So get that flex through your quad, drive your heel away from you. Imagine that you're trying to kick something and press it through long. Again, checking in here with your core. You can come down, bring your head into your hand anytime you need to. Pressing long for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it out long, point, and flex. So really driving long through your leg. Find that work. Pressing out, pulling back. Imagine that someone is pulling on your leg right from up here at the top. Keep it in control. Keep it working from your center and your breath. Last 3, 2, last 1. Yes, very good. Now bring it down. Have a little pause. We're going to come back to do some work on your from your side plank. So bring yourself again, elbow underneath your shoulder. This time you are going to have your legs with one in front of the other. So take your top leg and cross it over in front. And then from there, lift yourself up. Bring yourself up so you have those obliques working underneath and your hip is up a little bit into the air. And then rotate underneath. Rotate back up. Twisting under like you're trying to present your chest towards the floor. Twisting back. So yes, we are starting to add the rotation here of your spine, but this is still also a little bit of lateral flexion because we're up at a curve, working through your obliques. Feel that narrowing of your waist. And if this is too much, then come down in between each one. 3 more here. Strong through your shoulder on the bottom. 2. Last 1. Yes, very good. Bring yourself all the way down. Then come back. You're going to grab your foam roller and we're going to stay down on this side. So come down so that you're all the way down. Head on your arm. Take your foam roller and place it between your inner thighs. Now the foam roller nor your legs are really going to move very much. But I want you to get a sensation of squeezing the foam roller between your inner thighs. So again, check for your setup, get your body organized, ribs come together, narrowing at your waist, neutral pelvis. Then squeeze the roller in and release. Squeezing in, imagine you're trying to squish it together and then release. And see if you can have this come more from your inner thighs, your adductors, than in your butt. So don't just really like clench your butt. Instead, feel like you're really squeezing into the roller. And if you have a bit of a firm roller like me, then it might be a little bit more challenging or feel more challenging. But really think about getting those adductors working from your pelvic floor lifting. So that connection from your pelvic floor goes down to your inner thighs, and that allows you to really strengthen and activate those muscles. 3 more here. 2. Last 1. Now take the roller down. You're going to place it between your calves. Lengthen your legs out. It doesn't matter if the roller is a little bit behind you, falling a little bit behind you, especially if you have a long one. Same thing, squeezing in and release. Now, even though this time you're squeezing the roller between your calves, I want you to still get a sense of squeezing your inner thighs together. So again, go right back to your pelvic floor, your core. Your whole leg is activated, pressing in and release. Press in, squeeze, and release. Exhale. Find the work from your center. Feel that narrowing happening. Last 3, 2, last 1. Yes, excellent job. Now bring your roller again. You just put it to the side and roll yourself over onto your back. Take your top leg, your left leg, the one that we just worked, and cross it over your top one. And then take your arms out to the sides and roll yourself over. And really feel like you're getting that rotation and that twist and that nice release. Just breathe in here. And then take your top leg that's crossed over. You're going to stay over there and extend your top leg out and bring it back in. So now it's just your bottom leg is resting on the floor. Feel as you extend your top leg out. Now we're coming through from this rotation. And I want you to try to find some connection here from your obliques as you press and release. Exhale. Feel the resistance and opposition across your body. 3 more here. Last one. And then bring it back and just let your legs be stacked on top of each other. And inhale and exhale into that twist and rotation. You can rotate your head to face the other way as well. Just letting that stretch come. And then from there, bring yourself onto your mat. Mine is slid a little bit over here to the side, so I'm just going to pull it over a little. So bring yourself flat onto your back on the mat. Take your hands behind to support your head and neck. External rotation of your legs. So your knees now are coming out to the sides. Now you can do this with your feet on the floor, or you, on your exhale, lift them up off the floor. Whichever option you're choosing, exhale, upper abdominal lift, fold, opposite or same knee to same elbow. Fold, same knee to same elbow. So now it's like you are folding at your waist, trying to bring your knee up towards your elbow. Now it doesn't matter if they touch, so I don't want you to be doing this and really jamming your head and neck down there. Feel that the folding is coming right from your center here, folding at your obliques. Exhale. So you have to get that upper abdominal lift and then the work for your obliques. Stay strong. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Yes, excellent job. Just rocking gently from side to side. And then holding on behind your hamstrings, bring yourself all the way up. Coming around to your left side. Setting up so that your head is in your hand or you're up on your forearm, whichever allows you better to access your obliques on the top. Bottom leg has a slight bend. Top leg, start with it straightened out. Find that length all the way down your body. So you're working from underneath here, so not kind of slouching about. Really get that work happening from underneath. Feel your core engaged. Top leg is lengthened, then bend it 90 degrees. Lift and lower. So notice my thigh is staying in the same spot and my whole leg lifts and I'm folding up here at the top. Exhale as you fold up. See again if you can get the connection right behind your hamstring and glute where they meet. Feel that work coming from your center. So you exhale, draw your belly up to come up. Pelvic floor up, I should say. Belly comes in, pelvic floor comes up to come up. Really good work. Stay strong. Last 3, 2, last 1. Hold it parallel, press out, and bend. Getting connected there from your center, pressing your leg out long, bending to 90 degrees. This is really good work for your knee. So I encourage you to allow that to really be executed to the full extent, flexing at your quad, drawing your heel in by activating from your hamstring. So feel that you draw your heel in by pulling by activating from your hamstring and pulling it in, like you're trying to draw your heel to your sits bone. 3, 2, last 1, and then hold it out straight, flex and point. Driving it all the way. This is now good work for your foot as well. Feel the engagement. That's 3, 2, last 1. Yes, very good. Now bring it down. Just have a little pause. Some good butt burning work. Then stay there on your forearm or get up onto your forearm if you're not there already. Lengthen out your legs to start, and then top leg crosses over your bottom. Bring yourself up onto your forearm, pressing up here, getting a little bit of lateral flexion. Top arm extends, twist underneath. Like you're trying to present your chest to the floor and still feeling that folding work coming from the bottom. Exhale, rotate, and return. Stay in it, stay really strong and connected. Exhale as you twist under. We're going for 3 more. 2. Last 1. Yes, good. Now bring it down. Grab your foam roller, place it into your thigh or between your thighs to start, and bring yourself all the way down onto your side. So with the foam roller there, have a little bend in your knees. Heels are together. Again, lengthen out your body, get yourself organized, pelvis is neutral. Inhale, and then on your exhale, squeeze into the roller. So it's kind of this imaginary slight lift and press down. So notice my legs not actually lifting up. It's this intentional pressing in and activation of your inner thighs. And it can take a little bit of concentration and some work to get your brain kind of oriented around it, because it's not necessarily something we would naturally be inclined to do. But really do get hands-on with your body. Feel in here at your inner thighs, at your adductors, how they're working. And if they're not working, then leave your hand there. And that really encourages them to activate and sends that signal to your brain. You can play around with the position of it. You might find that it works more actively, or that it's easier to activate them when it's up closer towards your belly button. Really finding that work there, pressing in and release. Everything else stays the same. So no butt squeezing, no pelvis dropping. Squeeze in on your exhale. Lift your pelvic floor, draw your belly in. Really strong core work here. 3, 2, last 1. Excellent. Now take the roller in between your calves. Lengthen your legs out. Again, get yourself oriented so that you can have your core working, legs lengthened, narrowing at your waist here, and then same thing, squeeze in and release. So that sensation of driving your legs in together and then releasing them out. And as you practice this, and as you get more aware of connecting your pelvic floor and your core to your body, to the movements of your body, you will find that it feels like you can really squeeze this strongly. And you will indeed be squeezing it strongly. Your muscles will get stronger to do this. Stay in it. Almost there. Exhale to press in. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Yes, very good. Take the roller out, bring yourself up, and just bring yourself so that you have your knees are wide, and you can place the roller underneath your hands and press yourself open into your child's pose. We've done a lot of glute stuff and spine work, and it just feels nice to have this little release here. And then we're going to orient the roller so that it's at a slight angle. We're going to start to the right side. And we're going to similarly orient your arms so they're over to the side. And then you're going to come over like you're trying to fold in here on your waist and press yourself over to that right side. Again, lateral flexion. And then peeling yourself back up. Folding over, feel that folding. And you can then take this bottom hand and press into the edge of the roller. And that's going to help get that connection down through to your obliques. We're turning back up again. This time, same thing, stay to the side, but then option to twist under. Oblique work there. Bring yourself back up. Flip everything over to the other side. So I'm just rotating around, but you can move your roller over to the left. So same thing, we'll just start with you sitting upright. Press the roller out, come through into your child's pose. Allow yourself to be really lengthened out and free. And then come on back up. Roller comes over to the left. Start with a little bit of a fold here, and then you rotate over. Peeling back up. So you have to start with a little bit of a fold before you go down, like you're folding yourself over to the left, and then come down, and then stay over, press your left hand in, get that connection down through your shoulder into your side. Peel yourself back up. Stay with either of those two options or come through the next one. So you come here, and then you weave under, just like you're trying to press your hand under and rotate around. And then peeling yourself back up, put the roller to the side. Bring yourself to your 4-point kneeling. Starting here, check that your hands are lined up underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Draw your belly in, and then let go and find your nice neutral spine. And then on your exhale, tuck your tailbone underneath, drawing your belly up. And then inhaling, extending all the way through. Exhale, rounded spine, draw your belly up, tuck your tailbone under, pressing in, and then release. Again, getting really connected, bringing those ribs together underneath. Tailbone tucked, drawing your belly up. And release. Now this time, you're going to twist to the left side, like you're trying to look over your left shoulder. Back through the center, twist to the right side. So still in that 4-point kneeling stance, but now getting a little bit more involved there on through your obliques. Folding over again. exhale, fold like you're trying to look over. So good, guys, stay in it. Other side. And then take your wide stance again, press back into your child's pose. Just let that all open up. And then from there, bring your legs, you're gonna stack them both on top of each other. So you can start kind of like you were gonna do a mermaid, and then bring them so that they're stacked on top of each other. And I'm starting with both of mine to the left side. Come down onto your right elbow, and then feel yourself press your left arm long and pull up on your waist underneath. Another version of a lovely lateral stretch and some oblique work. And then allow yourself to drive through to the other side. So in this orientation here, I've pulled, narrowed at my waist like I'm trying to press this bottom part out, and then coming back up other direction. And if you flow through this a little bit, it actually feels quite nice and lengthening for your spine and stretching, as well as some really good work for your waist and your obliques here. Very good. Rotate around other side. So now just bring your knees around. Legs are stacked now with your feet to the right. Come down onto your left forearm. Starting pressing up, folding at your bottom waist, dropping down. Again, you can come through this at a bit of a pace, picking it up, pressing, or you can hold the position in any given moment in a space. Allowing yourself to really feel all this space we've created laterally through your spine. The last one here. And then bring yourself all the way up. Coming to a comfortable seated position. Breathe in, feel your spine lengthen, and exhale. Take your hands to your ribs. Breathe in again, exhale and feel them come together. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel your mind quiet. Feel the space in your spine settle. Breathe in, arms come out to the side, bring your hands together, glide them down till they land in front of your heart. Pause there and smile. Give yourself a really great compliment, some positive feedback for showing up today and being here to do this work. Notice how you feel in your body and in your mind. Acknowledge that. And remember how good it feels to just move. No expectations or judgment, but just moving and being in your body. Thank you for being here today to do that with me. Well done, and see you soon.